Hey guys, so we're gonna make a banister. We can hide the cube for now, and then under object mode, add a cylinder. So I'm gonna press tab, go to edit mode, and we're gonna scale that up. I'm just gonna grab this edge loop. And then I'm gonna control R. Again, actually we're gonna bring that up a little bit. Add one more. And then Alt select that. You can actually, I'm in vertices, but you can press 2 and be in edge mode. So this one, I'm going to press E and extrude that. Might be a little big, so we're going to Alt Shift and select that other edge loop and then scale them both down a little. Okay, I'm going to press 3 and select this face. I'm going to bring that up. And then that's kind of maybe a little higher just for the top part. All right, so I'm going to press period on the number pad just to get a bit closer. And then I'm going to go to Control R. Oops, oh, it's down here. Okay, so I added that edge loop, and this is going to be for the very tip point. And we'll add one in the middle here, and then maybe a couple more. So I'm just going to scroll, use my middle mouse button to add edge loops. I think 3 should be enough. Bring that up a little. Just going to bring that one in a little so as to scale. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to press, so 3. So you want this one, you can just press 3. And then I'm going to hold Alt Shift and select these. I'm going to put these in a group just so that it's easier to get them later. So I'm going to add top and make sure you press assign. And then you can group these like the same way, but I'll just leave that for now. So let's finish off this top part. I think that size is fine. So I'm gonna maybe scale it a little. And then this one here, Control B, and then scale it out just a bit. Maybe I'll grab both of these and bring them up. Okay, so I'm going to scale those two. And this one, scale that one a little. Okay, so maybe we'll do one more extrusion. So I'm going to press 3 and then E and then S to scale that. And I think it would be kind of neat to have the very top part like a different material, maybe sparkly or something. So I'm going to Alt 3, Alt select that, and then I'm going to make another group and call it, which you don't have to. Okay, so for this one, go back to 2, Alt. I'm going to go Control B, and I'm going to scale that out a little. And then R, scale that one in. And then this one, anytime I see an edge that's kind of sharp, I just Alt click it and then Control B to kind of smooth it out a little. And this, I just want one more up here. So I'm going to scale that one in. And for this part, you press 3. You could probably, if you delete this, I probably shouldn't do this, but we'll just do it anyways. Okay, so I'm going to dissolve the edges. So if you delete that face, and then if you go, you don't have to do this, by the way. If you could do a grid fill, and then if you grab, you know, like a couple of these, from the top, say maybe just the 4 here in the middle, and then if you bring them up, and you know, you could go to sculpt mode and kind of smooth it and make it look more like a globe. However, I think I'm just going to leave it a little more simplified. Keep the polys down a little. So I'm going to scale that maybe just a little bit. And then this edge, I think we need to bevel it. And then maybe add one more loop here. Just to give it a little bit more shape. And actually the one that I originally made it looks a little better. So I think it's because this is a little bit taller. So I'm going to grab these. Just bring those up a little. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now this part is looking a little too, it's like a little bit high, so I actually don't even remember what I put in my group, so I'm going to make one more. Okay, and then for, if you want to add some texture, go over to UV editing. And I'm just going to hold down Alt and select that under 2. And then UV mark seam. And then wherever you want the back to be, then you can add a seam there as well. So I'm going to maybe go, you can always change it. So it's already got UVs, but I'm going to go UV unwrap. And so back to layout mode. The first banister I made, I just left flat, but I feel like this needs some shape here. So pressing 2, I'm going to Control R and add one more, or maybe, yeah, Control B. And then S. I'm just going to get that one and bring that out a little bit. Okay, so now for the stairs part, you can go to make sure in object mode, and then you can select that cube that you had. I deleted mine, so. And then scale it up to make it like the size that stairs would be. And then under edit mode, press 2, grab this, and control B. And then you have this pop-up bevel, custom preset steps. And I'm going to go 10 segments. And then just hit apply preset. And you can change the segments or whatever, but that's probably going to work for me. And that's pretty much it. Then you can just move your banister around back to object mode, railing, or whatever you call it. I don't know. I say banister. So now we can check the UVs and make sure that they're in the right. Oh yeah, see, that's totally in the wrong spot. I think I want it here. So if you hold down Alt, I'll make sure you're under, press 2 for edge mode, and then go to UV editing, UV clear seam. And we'll just stay in, I'm going to stay in layout mode. So if you have this plus here, just drag that over. Okay, so I want this there. Then I'm going to go to UV mark seam. And now when I press unwrap, it'll change it a little bit. So you definitely want to, before you start duplicating everything, have your seams in place, because I didn't do that last time and it was a real pain. So I'm going to, what did I do last time? You know what? I had the mirror modifier on. Yeah, you can do that, but maybe once you get one side, you can do apply mirror modifier. So I'm going to add this one up here. And now I'm going to make another group for that. Bannister 2. And this is going to make your life a lot easier if you group them, because once you start moving things around, it's going to be not very fun. So for the part that connects it, let's see here. You could just maybe, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a cylinder. I mean, this tutorial is more for just a banister, so I'm kind of going overboard, but it would be kind of cool to do the whole thing. So maybe we will add a, back to object. And then to place it, just grab the faces of each side, and then you can move it that way. So 3, and then I'm just going to press G and move it that way. You know what? That might make it kind of wonky. So make sure that I'm parallel, and then I'll move it. Okay, so I'm going to make that a group. Saying 2. And then I'm going to press this, the / just to isolate it. And then 2, I'm going to select this side and let's see this. Press the / again. And then that's pretty much the banister. Let's see what I did for it. Oh, I added all these too. So you can just duplicate it and then put one down at the bottom. So for this, to finish off the kind of look of this, oh no, it didn't actually work. I think I forgot to press assign. Well, anyway, select all of the faces in one. Hope that I get everything. Just gonna press that / again. Whoops. And I'm gonna actually make sure this one is its own group this time. So we're gonna go assign. And then I will turning out to be a bit of a pain. I accidentally caught those in there, so. Okay, Shift D, and then escape. And I'm gonna move this. And I'm gonna scale this one now. This is gonna be all the little like middle pieces. I should have snapping on. And it's usually kind of in the middle of the stair, so that looks, you know what, I'm just gonna do it by eye. That looks about right. And I'm going to make a new group and call this small one. And I'm going to go to 3. I'm going to delete this stuff. And you could have, if you want to like bevel out the center, add some kind of shape to it. All right, this time I'm actually going to press assign. So I just keep pressing Shift D and then escape. And I'm going to add these just kind of in the middle here. And I don't know, I find sometimes that these get added to the wrong groups, so. Okay. I just realized that these are all too, they're all too short. But easy to fix now that they're all in groups. So I'm going to select all of these. All right, so now that everything has UVs, I'm going to Control A to adjust all the transformations, and then I'm going to join these and I'm going to add a mirror modifier. And then I will apply it. Have to be in object mode. And you can always duplicate this layer if you want to have one that's the same, which I think I'm going to do. So now if I go unwrap everything, now it's ready to be textured. So we'll do a quick texture in Substance. So make sure you export that as an FBX. And then under object mode, I'm just selecting mesh and check on selected objects. All right, so you can just open a new, go to File, New, and you can add, just use like the default settings if you want. And I'm going to do my resolution as 4096 and then normal, shaded smooth. Everything's going to be the same. Okay, I'm just going to press OK because there's not really any ID maps or anything like that. However, I wonder if it did come through. Yeah, it did. So the very top, but I'm going to make everything just the same. So go to texture set list and bake all the maps. Resolution the same 4096, and I'm going to uncheck normals. And ID, I'm going to click on vertex, just see what it does, and then just bake default maps. So, oh, it made this a different group, probably. Well, my favorite textures are all the iron ones. Like all this scratched, like this one is great. Kind of looks like a brushed metal frame. I don't know if I like that. I think I'm going to go with that one. And then you can just add a paint layer and then brush on some scratches. I like this one. And I'm going to make some of them sort of indented, I think. This one's kind of a nice brush. So the seams look pretty good, like the placement's not too bad. And you can even add, I'm going to do maybe one more paint layer. Gonna have some like kind of rust color on it. And that's pretty much how I make the banisters. So one last thing you could probably do is the lighting looks kind of weird on the top here. Probably could have checked this. I mean, it's not too bad. But it does look quite a bit different. So back in Blender, if you do have issues with lighting and stuff, like weird kind of shading, you can just go to your edit and then with everything selected, you can go mesh, normals, and then recalculate outside. But I mean, it's not too, I don't really mind it. So I'm just gonna go Control Z and leave it. So Yeah, thanks for watching and like and subscribe and see you in the next one.